folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here and I'm going to check. Okay.
Damn. Welcome to Too Much Dip. My name's Dave. KJ, it just hit me that we need to be running that intro, the original intro, probably going forward on the actual podcast.
Why is that?
The bangs just hit.
Understood.
Yeah, KJ Ellis is with us. Hi, KJ.
Thank you, David. As Great Man often says, glad to be here. So thanks for the intro.
Also joining us above him in a Ponchos Outdoors hat, it's Dylan Shivery.
So neither one of you guys responded to the tweet that I just dropped in our group, but you might want to take a gander if you haven't already. I don't know if it's okay to laugh at said video, but it's definitely worth a watch.
Is it Liz Truss emptying her desk?
No, it's appears to be a high school football game, and it looks like they gave a special young man like a chance to carry the ball, and it's one of those where you kind of let him go to the line and score.
Special as in talented, like Adrian Peterson was special in high school.
I don't know the actual story here, so I hate to speculate too much, but it might be like a special needs situation.
Darn it.
And the outside linebacker no one told him what was going on. So he makes a play in the backfield.
Oh,
was he the Mike?
Yeah. No, he was, I think he was the Will on this particular play. Either way, it's a little sad. And yeah. Some people are finding it funny on Twitter. I'm not one of them. I think it's sad.
I want to say I reserve the right to amend this take, but if the kid is okay, he got a real in-game experience, because that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes your O-line breaks down.
Yeah, I mean, it was a real football play.
We know the down and distance. Was he setting up play action by any chance?
I don't think so.
It was no, it was like maybe an RPO situation, and the quarterback chose R.
He had the option.
It's on the quarterback. Yeah. Then read the D end.
Hey, that voice you hear under me, that's Big Game Brett Merriman of Cold Stove and Mail-In fame.
It's hockey season, David. I have hockey on in the other room. I'm excited about it. Sabres play tonight. Calgary Flames, 8:30 Central.
While we're talking hockey, let me just say, if somebody wants to hit your boy with the Bally Sports login so I can watch my Dallas Stars, I would really, really appreciate it.
Intern Kelly watches all the games. Dave, you gotta link with her.
Hey, Dave. Earlier when you asked me if you sounded good, you did. You don't sound as good anymore. I think maybe you switched your mic off or something. It's kind of echoey. Just letting you know. I mean, it's not terrible. We'll get through it.
Having reviewed the film, I'm glad that this isn't quite to the level of famed piece of modern art that is Garth Brooks' music video for Standing Outside the Fire. That has similar themes in a more tragic, not more tragic, but a little more aggressive display of disappointment in the Standing Outside the Fire video. So for those who haven't seen it, once we're done here, why don't you go ahead and have yourself a night? I would say David's relating this to, hey, this is just how it is. It's like, if your make-a-wish was to, I don't know, take Alexis Texas to prom, and she just says no. Oh, like the end of story.
No, so it doesn't end with her throwing that ass on you.
My favorite prom night is Mina Suvari in the Teenage Dirtbag music video, Dave.
Okay. Noelle.
Her name is Noelle, KJ.
It's a deep cut. Man, I didn't know Mina Savari was going to come up on this episode. Who you got? What's going on behind you, Dylan? Who's playing? Is that Georgia
That's
Tech?
illegal,
I'm trying to figure that out. Looks like Georgia Tech, yeah.
Future home of Deion Sanders? Some are saying. Hey, before we get into it, would you guys mind if I just give a big shout out to our friends at DraftKings?
Please do.
This one's for the NBA fans. The wait is over. Basketball is back. So tip off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook, today's video sponsor and an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Plus, with same game parlays, you can combine multiple bets from the same game to give yourself a shot at even bigger winnings all season long. For those in a state where sports betting is not yet available, don't forget about DraftKings Daily Fantasy, where they have been innovating even more ways to win some cash this basketball season. DraftKings has been around for a while, so you know your funds are safe and can be withdrawn whenever and wherever you want. Look, I'm all in on the Mavs this year. They covered last night, took the L, blew the game. That's fine. Still covered. Doesn't matter. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WASH to make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code WASH.
Whenever.
See disclaimer for details.
See disclaimer. Yes, thank you, Brett. That's
In
what
the
we
show
have Brett
notes.
on.
Show notes. That's right.
Where do we begin?
There's sports going on. I'm going to lean on you two fellas, three, I guess, here. Bring me up to speed as your boy has just been chicken sans head. Pollo no cabeza.
Well, let me tell you, sports fans, if you're looking for some action tonight, we're getting a sneak peek at T Swift's new album, which drops at midnight. Yeah, on Thursday Night Football, partnering with Amazon, just giving us a little taste. Speaking of bangs, we talked about bangs early on in the show. I tied it together there. What do you think, Brett? Are we talking a banger or nah?
It received a 100 from, I believe it's the Independent for an album rating. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get home from hockey tonight. Big game tonight. It is my big boy stack. Lavaca Street. Putting it all on myself, Pete Rose style, to win. Let me be clear. So I'm going to get home, get Whataburger, grilled chicken sandwich, turn all my lights off, put on my red lights behind my TV, and jam out to T-Swift. Can't wait.
Anything
Sounds
else?
like a hell of a night.
It's going to be great. Maybe I'll have a shipyard pumpkin.
Look,
Ooh.
she's due for a heater, all right? Her early pop stuff, just banger after banger, but she's missed along the last couple albums. I think she's due. I think she's gonna come out swinging, and hopes are high.
Curious lack of a single put out, by the way. Just saying.
We'll have a different theme.
Doubtful.
I commend Will for his commitment to the bit, like taking an entire vacation to go to a small town Midwestern community to dress in padded vests and long sleeve sweaters for an entire week to enjoy this moment. Really just to put himself in like the cosmic gumbo that likely will be this album. You really have to give it to him.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Will's all in. He was what's the other albums? Evermore and Folk Boys,
Folklore.
Folklore.
I made this in a cabin. If she didn't tell you 50 times, her and then Jack Antonoff did all the work. Made it in a cabin. I shouldn't say that. She does quite a bit of her work. That's why it's so great. Put that on Jack.
You guys want to talk about some of the big games this weekend?
Yeah. Are there any?
Oh, some are saying there's some sneaky bangers. I think we got UCLA, Oregon. Couldn't be more wrong on Bo Nix. After I said he would be the starter after week one. Just an all-time bad take, and I'll take. You know what? I did it. I
They're
said
ranked.
it. It was a bad take.
Oregon's ranked 10th, and all of ESPN declared the entire Pac-12 out of the playoff race after that loss. So I don't think you're as bad as, those at the leader in sports or whatever the hell they call themselves. I'm eager to watch this. I think I've enjoyed the resurgence of Chip Kelly. It's been quite a recovery after we're 2 years removed from his entire team almost having a vote of no confidence when it was like COVID year. They're like, yeah, we don't trust this staff to actually follow any health and safety protocols. We're not sure about this. And here we are, same quarterback, relatively same team. And he dug himself out of the grave. So shouts to him. Syracuse is also of interest because Dino Babers right there with Chip Kelly, Syracuse Clemson play. Dino Babers could have been fired 3 times over the last 2 years. But by all accounts, good dude, good coach, well-liked nationally and within the program. So he's gotten an extra year and he's made the most of it. They're 6-0 right now. So.
Yeah, I was shocked by the outcome of that Utah game. Very impressive. Brett, is there any game that's caught your eye this weekend? Or
no, honestly, I think we kind of. I love Clemson Syracuse. If that game is in Cuse, it's a different story. I'd like to see where Clemson ends up being, as they are notably on my frauds list currently. So it's a put up or shut up game for Syracuse. Same thing goes for Ole Miss. The put up or shut up game down in Baton Rouge at 11 a.m. kick. It's not going to have the whole fanfare of a night game in Baton Rouge. It's a 2:30 game, like KJ just said. I didn't say 11. I was just testing everybody. So it's one of those things. I'm excited for a lot of different games. I want to see UCLA, Oregon. Great game coming up. The Sabres play the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday afternoon. Also going to be a banger of a game. It's like the week of the sports. It is the sports equinox, Dave.
It is. Speaking of that, Dylan, who you got? You got any?
We don't have any baseball on the runny, but this isn't over my shoulder. We got Yanks Astros top of 1. Oh, is it? Okay. An absolute must win for the Yankees. You can't go down 0-2 against this Astros team. So I will be watching.
They might be good,
and I'll be going for the Yankees.
Astros might be pretty good this year.
Hey, I just thought of a
Astros, unfortunately, are very good this year. Yeah.
A growth hack we could do is, since Dylan is literally streaming the playoff game over his shoulder, we could put this on like the Reddit streams. Like, oh, look, watch Too Much Dip. It's just guys talking sports, but it's people that actually just want to watch the baseball game.
Brett, you laugh, but I've watched a number of boxing matches in that capacity where it's like it just happens to be on in the background. And it's a guy like just kind of like yelling back and forth with like his buddies. And it's just it's pathetic. It's the lowest form of streaming, and I've taken part many times. So here I am.
I think we should call it something like Periscope. I have no shame. A lot of pay-per-views consumed / quite a few civil unrest or events of civil unrest that I've watched via Periscope. I don't remember when the Burj Khalifa, or maybe it was Burj Khalifa, that was like on fire at one point, or one of the tallest buildings in Dubai caught fire. And I was like, yeah, this seems dope. Let's watch them figure out how to put this bad boy out.
KJ, it sounds like you were a big Live Leak fan back in the day.
And cracked.com, even before
this guy. This guy is the king of Live Leak during his time.
Yeah, I would go to Live League looking for some lead on something to write about back when we were blogging. And I would leave like 5 minutes later, just absolutely scarred from those things that I endured getting through some of those videos. Pretty rough.
So many
check
stop
out
signs
this,
ignored.
Yeah. It's like, check out this Jaguar, like tearing through a town in India. It's like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And then it's just like 3 guys getting absolutely torn to pieces. It's like, I don't know why I clicked on this, but there it is.
That's now my Instagram recommended or like discover page. It's like fake. It's like hippos attacking alligators or crocodiles, but it looks fake, and it's got weird music behind it. It's a sad state of affairs on IG for me.
Yeah.
That might be a fun. Everybody want to pull up their Discover feed right this second and see what's on there?
Mine's pretty safe, honestly.
Make sure.
I don't get too weird.
Oh, no, I can't. Okay.
I don't get messy with my double taps.
There's a guy eating a big sandwich. It's the dosa challenge. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't see it, but you can imagine.
I get a lot of wingsuit guys just tearing down a mountain, risking life.
I've got something that looks like shallots or eggs, followed by a sandwich. So a lot of food, followed by maybe H's, and then Cole Campbell are the first 5 windows. So
that's a power
as I don't
right
follow,
there.
he stays in my Discover feed. I appreciate it.
Go
check out his.
It's worth it.
Go check out his rendition of "Fix You" from Coldplay.
He just got some new glasses, and they actually like fit over his ears, so he's looking sharp these days.
Hey, is there a Dude Perfect stream tonight? Can I watch it on Amazon?
They're only doing it one other time this season. I was mistaken about that week 1, but I don't think it's tonight.
They're
Sadly,
for an actual good Thursday game.
Yeah, if I need to check that schedule. They're gonna, Kyler's 0-3 on Thursday Night Football. Does that affect your picks? It's a little fun fact. I came up with myself.
0-8 at home in the last 8. They've lost the last 8 at home, 8 straight at home.
The only thing that Kyler Murray did a new COD come out today or anything? Because that's
yes.
Hammer the Saints. Hammer the Saints.
Oh,
wow. I meant to drop this in our Call of Duty text. But do you remember when Trump, and I'm issuing no takes on this one way or the other, but do you remember when he drone striked the Iranian general in like Baghdad airport? Apparently you can recreate that in the game. Like you fly the missile, you guide it. It's not the same name, but it's definitely that. Like, what? It's just bizarre. I'll send the link. Sorry.
I'm interested. I'm very interested. I'll be proud if I get to see it with my own eyes, like holding the actual controller doing it. I've got the game preloaded, pre-ordered. I'm ready to play. Who knows if I'll have the time.
So you're not joking. There's a new Call of Duty out right now.
It comes out next week, but you can early access to the campaign drops today. So, who knows? Maybe Wash Media will get back in the Twitch game.
The New Orleans Saints.
Kyler got early access too. He's a real gamer.
Face Squad. All right, let's hit Sports Party real quick and then get going with dip picks. Devontae Adams got charged for shoving somebody.
Yeah, misdemeanor assault. I mean, we've all been there, but he did. You know what? And normally I would be like, no, come on, but he did aggressively shove a cameraman, and that is assault. Fun fact.
That's assault, brother. Let me go ahead and see if I can't give a little test run of sharing my screen here, because for the next one, we wanted to wish somebody happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Paul Pierce. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to your kids.
Owns it.
Yeah, that was the night. That was, of course, that cake is from the night he was let go from ESPN because he went live on IG with just a room full of adult dancers. Just throwing that ass in a circle.
It's an actual screenshot from said live stream. So
he looks
are those poker chips edible, you think?
I didn't even notice that. And that table looks pretty cheap. And that tile looks even cheaper. What is Paul Pierce doing?
Judging by the face, he's down pretty bad.
What is the cap? What does the caption mean? Was that part of on the live stream or something? It says Monica come through, happy birthday, Habibi. Who's that?
It's got to be from that night. It has to be like in the text or something from that live.
Okay. That's a nice touch.
Why is Pooh Bear trending? What is Pooh Bear now canceled? What happened to Pooh Bear?
Oh.
I'm assuming this is the action of being Pooh Bear. I'm okay. Whew. Your boy was worried we were about to get some bottoms down.
Mm-hmm.
That was risky. I'm just going to click out of that.
It was risky.
Somebody hit me with a creep shot at the gym while I was changing, and they busted me. My hoodie and no pants on.
Viral for Pooh Bearing.
Yeah.
It's the most compromised you can be in a gym locker room.
Do we want to hit
Jimmy
any of the
Dunn
other items? I know we
pull up
had
your
one other
underwear.
one on there.
I've got a
Without
note on the
doxing our
Astros.
rundown.
The Astros
Dave,
are pretty
Oh
good.
my God, Dave.
What?
You're our. I thought it was bad. I didn't know it was this bad.
Oh yeah, it's not a bit, dude. I'm bad. I'm straight up having a bad time.
It's ugly. It's real ugly.
Let's go ahead and hit dip picks. I'm realizing I'd have to like go through the process of stop sharing my screen and then going back, and nobody's got time for all that. So with that said,
let's pick some games.
Oh, seriously? So gross.
dip picks for those of you watching at home, and if you're not, go pull up the YouTube because you will now be able to actually see the records on the screen and the picks as we make them. As Brett was referring to, David is 18-36 on the year. 33 is a good number. You got to like that.
I don't know what that means.
It's your win percentage. I don't even know.
not
Dylan is 23-31 on the year, but 3-3 on big boy stacks. That's respectable. Better than the guests who are 2-4, but 29-25 overall. I am still going fully unconscious all season at 31-23, 5-1 in my big boy stacks. I probably am just now reaching 33% over the last 3 years combined on big boy stacks, being at 5-1. So this is just unsustainable. So
KJ, have you thought about maybe? I don't want to dox you, but have you thought about maybe acquiring a bookie or using our friends at DraftKings to actually put some bets down?
I've driven down to Illinois to make a couple bets, but whenever I've done that, I have not converted well. So, maybe I'll make a trip this weekend. I've got time. I'm local. As gambling is legal in the state of Illinois, and it's less than an hour away. So maybe I'll go down there, open up the app, and head back.
You're what they call live local.
KJ's vague. KJ has to deal with vague and gas money. Like you have to deal with juice and the $34 it takes you to get to the border.
I don't know how to frame myself up as we're very obviously seeing. Like I keep fucking my camera. Anyways, let's jump into picking these games. Thank you, Dylan, for getting the lines in. I'm gonna butcher how to say these because you put them on the other side than usual, but let's get at it. Thursday night football, Saints at Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 2.5 at home. Thoughts, picks?
I'll start.
Go ahead, Dylan.
The Cardinals got D-Hop back, if I'm not mistaken. He has served his suspension. He's back. He's rested. He's off the juice or whatever he was popped for. I'm not sure.
DVDs, yes.
He's gonna get 8 targets tonight, and I think the Cardinals play well enough to cover. I got Cardinals minus 2.5.
Amos, I believe, is back as well. He's not on their injury report. I haven't seen an announcement about that, but they are still missing 2 of their top 3 receivers, Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, but they do have Chris Olave. I'm going to stick with the Cardinals. If you go 0-9 at home, Cliff is going to be looking at Pac-12 jobs before midseason if that keeps up. So give me the Cards to save Cliff's job. Brett.
I want a Cliff Kingsbury, Lincoln Riley tag team going on in USC, and not in the statual way, like the really good football coaches way. Also, this is a Call of Duty pick, 100%. Kyler can't resist. He literally can't resist. Go Saints.
I wonder if they scheduled the game knowing the game dropped today. So it's like anything after today, it's all shit. Warzone doesn't drop for another month, so there's a slight difference. So maybe he's got some time. David, who'd you pick or have you picked?
Give me the Cardinals.
All right.
He's due. Kyler's due. Also, sneaky. Sorry, my dog just got back. He's just slurping away over there. Zach Ertz, I think 47.5 yards. That's easy money. Take that over.
Okay, even with Hopkins back. Interesting.
Shouts to Daniel Crawford.
Oh, D-Craw.
Fading Dave.
Damn. Sorry, Dave.
Fading Dave would be a good horse name, by the way.
I like it. Syracuse at Clemson, 11 o'clock, kicks off the day on ABC in Clemson. I guess that's right. Clemson's favored by 13.5. Give me Clemson to cover and continuing to be sneaky good because they've been there before. Brett.
Yeah, this is if this game was in Syracuse on like a Friday night, because that's happened the last couple of years where Syracuse pops Clemson just out of nowhere. If this was in Cuse, it's a different story. It's not. It's a sleepy Syracuse loss. Clemson covers. The Syracuse story is still fun, but not as fun.
Davide.
But for some sus calls against the Boilermakers, Syracuse would have that loss. They'd have that L by now. That they were gifted that game. I'll say it. I'm riding for Randy Trembacki. That being said, I think they're going to get trucked. Clemson they've put it together the last like 3 or 4 weeks. And I don't know how you say sneaky or sneakily because they're the number 5 team, but it feels like they're not getting any pub. I think they're going to roll by at least 2 touchdowns. Give me Clemson.
I think you're just influenced by Brett's list.
Yeah, they're still frauds. I mean, this game does not get them off the fraud list. Let me be clear.
Dylan.
I would love to fade all 3 of you here. Unfortunately, this just feels like a game where Syracuse is reminded that they are just Syracuse and they're not ready to hang with a team like Clemson.
What do we have next? I don't know why space.
Ole Miss at LSU.
So
This is the game.
Ole Miss at LSU, famously not at 11 o'clock. Ole Miss is favored by 2 on the road, which doesn't seem like a lot, but Brian Kelly's been overperforming. So I think I am up first. Give me LSU win this. I don't have a lot of justification. I do think Ole Miss is decent, but I also was impressed by LSU's ability to kind of not give up after their first couple of embarrassments to start the season. So give me LSU. Brett.
In the words of Coldplay, it's us against the world, KJ. Everybody loves LSU this game. Everybody. Ole Miss is getting points as the number 7 team on the road. It was the first game that Jalen Daniels looked like a real quarterback. Was last week when LSU beat up on Florida. And to their credit, they looked great. They ran the ball. Ole Miss has to stop the run here. I think they figured it out and stopped going with that stupid 3-6 that they've been running all the time. But I think they're doing it as like a joke because their schedule is so soft. But no, Ole Miss is figuring it out week after week. Jackson Dart won a game with his arm against Vandy. Not that that's really saying much, but he can put up the numbers if they want to. Give me the Rebs.
I think I said my pick thinking that Ole Miss was favored by 2. Again, I know I'm going to screw this up all night. I'm going to stick with LSU even covering the 2 points. I feel less great about it, but, that's what I'm rolling with. David.
I believe Ole Miss has failed to cover 3 of their last 4 games.
Dave, I told you today, this is the first Ole Miss game I'm betting on all year because I haven't been confident in them covering, and this is the one I do.
Wow, that changes things.
Throwing that out there.
Hey, not so fast, sweetheart. Give me that head. Give me LSU. Go Tigers.
Not tonight, sweetheart. Give me that head.
Yeah, KJ, to your point, this feels like it should be Ole Miss -2 instead of +2.
Yeah.
If this game were at night, it might sway me a little bit more playing in Death Valley at night, but it's not. It's during the day. I'm taking Ole Miss to cover.
Let's go, D-Man.
Okay, Brett, start us off. We have 2:30, number 9 UCLA at number 10 Oregon. Oregon is favored at home by 6. Brett,
Yeah, give me what are the odds on Dorian Thomas-Robinson for Heisman right now? Because I know they're going to be steep, but he is the most
plus
fun
3,000,
story.
I think.
He's the most fun story on a team that is perhaps the most fun story in the league right now. Chip Kelly is like, hey, remember me? I'm still good at coaching football. I wish this was an after dark game. Like, imagine this game being on at 11:30 at night, and you just get to wash away your whatever you were doing that Saturday with this game. I cannot wait for this game. Give me UCLA, not only to cover, but UCLA wins this game outright.
Ooh, interesting. He is plus 2,500. I was close.
Okay.
Must have changed. David.
I too like UCLA. I've seen enough of them to know that they can keep this close. The demise of Bo Nix, it's been said, it's been discussed, but it's not there yet. That being said, I'm still riding with UCLA. Let's go. It's actually a disgrace this game is not on at night. I don't know if they can flex that or move that. I don't know what they've got to do with that, but that stinks.
Programming has been abysmal. Shouts to Zach Barnett of Football Scoop. He's been all over this. The 6 p.m. or nighttime ABC slot that was formerly, I guess Herb Street's still usually on that call, has just been a miss after a miss after miss. We've had Clemson in prime time 4 out of the first 5 or 6 weeks. Not that they're not deserving, but that's too damn much. Penn State's been prime time like 3 straight weeks. It's been terrible. And we're at the part of the year where like you have less flexibility with baseball playoffs, basketball back, hockey's on Speed Network probably. And then, somehow ESPN's power to change schedules has just continued to be poor. So yeah, we get 2:30 here. Not even their big noon Saturday game. Dylan.
This is a line it surprised me a little bit. Expected to be a little bit closer to a pick 'em. I'm a believer in Bo Nix this weekend. I'm on Oregon to cover that 6 points. Although I do feel it is somewhat of a big line. I just think they're going to surprise.
Give me Autzen Stadium and the Ducks at home. That's where I'm rolling. Texas favored by 6 at Oklahoma State. Is this accurate? Number 20 Texas at number 11 Oklahoma State.
This is accurate.
Is Spencer Sanders healthy and or playing? Because reports were he was stitching his shoulder together in order to play against TCU.
Definitely not healthy. Not even sure if he's playing.
Got it.
Who's that backup, Davey? He's a Texas kid, right?
Isn't it Gundy's son?
He's sneaky. He can sling it a little bit.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
That's what his dad said a few years back.
Decade
Who's up
ago.
here? David, I guess. I don't know what our order is.
I'm riding with Texas. Not only is Spencer Sanders banged up and probably not playing, I think they're starting centers out. They've got O-line issues. I don't know. Maybe if it was a night game in Stillwater, it's a little bit different. It's going to be a fun game, but I think Texas has a bounce back game because they look like shit against Iowa State. I believe in Quinn.
We're back.
Yes.
Dylan.
I fully expected this game to be I expected Oklahoma State to be favored in this game. The line started, I think, Texas -2, quickly moved to -6, even got up to 6.5 at one point. I think that has something to do with Spencer Sanders. I think he's more hurt than he didn't practice all last week and ended up playing against TCU. Again, this week he is also not practicing. But I think his shoulder is worse than we have been made aware of publicly. And so I do think Texas covers. Also supposed to be a windy game. So it might affect the passing game quite a bit on both sides. Texas has, I think, a better running game than Oklahoma State does. I'm on Texas.
Give me Oklahoma State to fade. Home field advantage. Well-coached team, rather mature team. I agree. Bijan Robinson's the difference maker here. Xavier Worthy still healthy. All signs point to Texas. I get the line. Give me Oklahoma State to cover. Brett.
I like Stillwater at night. I don't like them in the afternoon. Cannot take credit for the stat. Forgot where I saw it, but Texas is 8-1 on the weekend that Taylor Swift albums dropped. Give me Texas. Hook 'em.
That's a fact. Since 2006.
What? Okay,
Didn't even
final.
know she was performing in 2006.
It's a lot of albums.
Yeah, you probably got our song dropped probably like 06-ish. No. That would have been like 09, 08, 09.
One of the great country songs.
Exactly. turned her back on turned her long, slender back on America. Well, final college football game, number 17, Kansas State at number 8, TCU. TCU is only favored by 3.5 at home. Have they not proved it to enough people? Can it be 7-0 and cover 3.5, Dylan?
I do think TCU covers the 3.5. I think this is the last of their run. I think they're gonna look really good this weekend against Kansas State, who I don't think is that good. But they're gonna stumble very soon after this weekend, but not quite yet. I got TCU.
As everyone knows, I've just been a huge fan of everything that TCU has going for them. I think they continue. They continue to stack and build here. Brett.
This is a game that TCU should win. They don't. There's just too many things going right for them in this situation that Kansas State always seems to come in at the weird time and beat Texas or take Oklahoma to overtime or something like that. Kansas State does the same exact thing here. And I think Max Duggan has his oh fuck moment. And Sonny Deitch leaves with dominoes under his arm because he's going home to cry his tears away.
Let me take a sip of this Merriman before I start this.
Okay. Don't act like it was a drop. This is weird. I haven't watched K-State's baffling. Everybody was real horny on K-State before the year started. Who'd they lose to? Tulsa? Did they lose to Tulsa early on? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Max Duggan's Heisman run continues. Give me the Horned Frogs. I think it might end next week, but I do think that they win this week.
All right. Limited NFL slate this week for our picks because the games are kind of trash. So I kept it to the Sunday night game, and the Chiefs at the Niners seemed intriguing. 3:30 kick Central Time. Chiefs are favored by 2.5 on the road, an hour and a half away from San Francisco. I guess I am up. Give me the Chiefs to bounce back on the road and get that dub. Brett.
Yeah, bounce back game for the Chiefs here. The 49ers, you never know. Brandon Ayuk is going to go off. Debo Samuel is going to go off. But it's just going to what's the over in this game? Because it could not be high enough for me. Give me the Chiefs to bounce back. Pat Mahomes looks good. And it's always a new receiver for him. So
48.5, which is
that's an over. That's an over.
The highest, second highest of the weekend. Highest goes to the offensive juggernaut that is the Seattle Seahawks and the Chargers at 50.5.
Yeah.
Okay, David.
Chiefs win. Chiefs do not cover. Give me the 49ers.
Or 59ers. There we go.
And by the way, K-State lost to Tulane, not Tulsa. I apologize to the Green Wave.
Green Wave is creeping into the top 25. I think they are 5-1 with a lot of confidence from Joe Kemp. Dylan.
Yeah, I told myself if Dave picked the Chiefs, I was going to fade all three of you. Not that, Dave's so far behind, not that it matters too much, no offense. But I don't
unnecessary.
I don't see how the Chiefs don't cover here. Famous last words, I get it. But a bounce back after a loss against the Bills, I think they play well.
That's funny right there.
I just love that there's just no background chatter for that Easterby drop too. Steelers +7 on the road at the Dolphins. Tua has reported that he lost consciousness, which is an aggressive way to say he got knocked out, but I respect it. I believe he's going to be playing this game though. I think. So yeah, Steelers, I guess Dolphins favored at home by 7. Sunday Night Football. Brett, start us off here.
Fins up, baby. I think the Steelers are banged up. Dolphins get Tua back is huge. Jalen Waddle breakout game, superstar game for him. Give me the Fins. Go Fins.
David.
Can't you feel them circling, honey? Can't you feel them schooling around? You got fins to the left. I'll stop singing now. Give me the Dolphins. My son's going to bed. He's a big Dolphins guy, loves the team, big Dan Marino fan. I finally, primetime Dolphins. This is big. Is Kenny Pickett
Sunday night?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
who's starting for Pittsburgh? Do we know?
I think Pickett's playing.
Dave, you know the blowhole in Coral Gables? That's a bar you went to in college, right? No offense.
Dylan.
I too am on the fence. Uncertainty at the quarterback position for the Steelers. Plus, you got to consider that they stink, and the Dolphins stink a little less. So I'm going for the Tua's back. Yeah,
I think so.
Tua's back. Yeah.
He's talking to the media, so I assume that is the case because you don't usually have to do that when you're injured. Give me Mika Fitzpatrick and the Steelers.
Bulletin board material.
Damn, Dave.
You should see my bulletin board. It's got Dylan's face on it. It's got whatever that fucker's name is.
You're trending, dude. Your bad picture.
It's not trending.
Have you been on Twitter? Can you confirm?
Yeah.
That's funny right there.
Oh,
I just found it.
Let's do our big boy stacks. Get the hell out of here.
Getting big. God damn.
Got so much coal on this board. It's unnecessary. David.
Oh, you're gonna go to me first? Okay.
If you don't have it, it's okay. You can go last.
I got it, bro. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm committed to this bit. There's a team, a Texas team that is, and they're laying 3 against a team that's got Spencer Rattler. I'm talking, of course, about the Aggies. Give me the Texas A&M Aggies over South Carolina, laying 3. There's no way Michael, Bud Light's ultimate tailgater, will fail me. He's got a little bit of fun, a little bit of rowdiness if you do it to a scale. Let's go.
He got bumped for coal.
It's in South Carolina.
It's a road game. It's not great.
I was gonna say it's bomb threat week at A&M, so you're gonna bounce back from a bomb threat week game.
It was bomb threat week, wasn't it? Which bombs aren't funny.
No.
Yeah, I think Ultimate Tailgater got bumped for an oldie, as it is basketball season. Dylan, you're ready.
Yeah, I filled this in, but before I realized that they can actually see our screens now, so I kind of ruined the surprise.
Yeah, I guess that's
anyway,
true.
I'm on TCU, Kansas State over 54 points. Just feels like a low number. TCU has a very good offense. K-State, not as good, but can still put some points up. I can see this one getting to the 60s or even 70s. I feel good about the over in that game.
I respect it. I'm going to turn to the NFL. I was unable to attend the game at Lambeau Field due to, kids, car stuff, driving, sick kid stuff. But the Packers are on the road at the Washington Commanders. And as everyone knows, Dan Snyder's got dirt on all of the owners of the Packers. So the fact that the Packers are only favored by 4.5 seems absurd to me. Give me the Packers minus 4.5 on the road at Washington.
There's just like some insurance salesman in like northern Wisconsin who's got like his little share of the Packers framed, and he's about to just get exposed for his like indecent exposure DUI from like 15 years ago.
Some sad fucking Shawano, Wisconsin. I'm just going to name a town to make it more personal. Brett, bring us home.
Well, there was one game that I almost picked here, KJ. That's SMU home dog against Cincinnati plus 3.5. I love that pick. Love that pick. I will be betting that pick, but that's not my big boy stack. My big boy stack of the week, if there were odds on the Buffalo Sabres to beat the Vancouver Canucks money line on Saturday afternoon, I would pick it. There's not odds yet. But my final and for sure big boy stack of the week is Wake Forest laying 20.5, hosting the Boston College Eagles, who are a fucking disaster. Wake Forest is a hungry team. Need a couple more big-time wins. This is not going to be one of them, but they do cover. Wake Forest. Yep.
Is the guys being news guys still coaching?
KJ, I was so curious how you were going to finish filling that out. It took you a long time to settle on that.
I was like, I
don't
know that I've written it, but I didn't know if for some reason
doing?
maybe there's if it's formal and it's not spelled traditionally. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk how many R's I want to put in this word. Could be 1, could be 3. Could settle
You
at
didn't
2.
save
Who
that
knows?
many characters using that since you did the hyphen and everything. Anyway, good
Anyhow.
stuff, KJ.
20.5. With that said, I'm going to finish out this night. Everyone have a great evening. Thanks for being here. Let's get the heck out of here. I forgot how slow this one builds.
I love this song.
Sounds like they're working. Have a
Have a great show.
Testing your speakers. Sounds like they're working.